Hello again. This is a video tutorial for solving the exercise 1.4.2 of the CAPRI online course. In this exercise, you're asked to check out what the GUI does when running a scenario by inspecting the GUI definition file. Okay, so you're asked here to open the CAPRI GUI definition XML and then find a specific task. This task is called Run Scenario Without Market Model. In order to find the definition of this task and not all the places where this task is called, you have to, it's very useful to prefix the search string with name in acute brackets. Then we should find check what the value is of the attribute GAMS file. We should check what the value is of the attribute inc file, resdir, and GDX symbol. I will explain what each of these attributes mean. Okay, I will make this window a little bit smaller. Let's get started. So first of all, I go to my CAPRI installation. I have it here. I'm using here CAPRI star 2.7. All the files related to the graphical user interface are stored in the subfolder GUI. So I go in there. There you find the file CAPRI GUI definition. I open that in my text editor. This file now defines the way the GUI looks, where all the buttons are, and so on, what the buttons do. So now let's find out the search string that I mentioned. Name run scenario without market, something like this. So in this section, you see something called the task. The task has a name, run scenario without market model. This is the option you have to run the simulation model with the supply model only. Okay, let's see which attributes we were asked to look for here. So the first attribute we should check is GAMS file. You can find that already on the next line. See, it is CAPMod GAMS. That is the GAMS program that is actually started when you hit run in this task, CAPMod GAMS. We will, in another exercise, we will open that file and have a look inside. The second thing we were asked to check for was the value of inc file. That's on the next line. You see inc file here. Inc file, that is the file that contains the instructions that you send to GAMS. So all the checkboxes and options that are linked with this task, they are written out in a GAMS readable format inside this file, which is now called here Fortran. GAMS is appended automatically, Fortran GAMS. So that is written when you hit run. The program writes all the information that is needed by CAPRI in this file, Fortran GAMS. So you can change that if you like. Of course, you will have to change inside CAPMod GAMS as well then. Let's see what the next task was. Check the value of resdir. Make that a little bit larger. So resdir, it is the next line in this task. See, resdir, the value of resdir is CAPMod. Resdir is the directory where the results are stored and where the results of previous tasks are loaded from. So if I go to the file explorer, here on the right, go to the output directory and to results, you see that there is indeed a subfolder called CAPMod here. So it means that when I execute this task, then it writes the result into this folder CAPMod in the folder output results CAPMod. If we look inside there, we will see that there are already a lot of result files there. Here. And this is also the place where the GUI looks for results when you want to view the results in the GUI. Then it lists the files that exist inside this directory. So if this CAPMod directory wouldn't exist, then it wouldn't be possible to execute this task. The GUI checks for this. There was one final task. Find the value of GDX symbol. Okay, that is here. GDX symbol is data out. That is the GAMS parameter that the GUI is loading when you view results. When you want to view the results that are inside this CAPMod restir folder, then GAMS expects the files that you select there to contain a GAMS symbol called data out, and it will show the content of data out. So this means if you run another task, the GDX symbol that is loaded could be called something different. Or maybe if you modify, if you produce additional data and you want to view that data instead of the data in data out, then you could modify this value. Then there are many other attributes to a task, but we will not go into them in this particular exercise.